Hello, my loves. I'm warning you that I'm probably going to cry during this video because I'm going to be talking about something really personal that I will be sharing publicly. I I lost my mother years ago, and what I'm realizing is that I'm forgetting, I'm losing some memories of her as well. Like, the memories I have of her are not as solid as they used to be, which is so, and I don't know why. I don't know why that happens, but it makes me very sad. And also, and I've said this before in another video where I spoke about her, I started to forget how her voice sounded. Fortunately, I found video of her, and so now I'll always have her voice. But I was losing some memories, and there's you can look at it from almost the spiritual aspect. If you're thinking of like different dimensions, there is an idea that some people may remember things or not remember things that may have happened because the one dimension they were in like died, basically. So then your soul went to another dimension, and so now it's a different reality, like similar but different. And so certain things that you may think happened, you start to slowly lose the memories of that because it's not really what happened in this reality. Anyways, whatever. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, feel entirely free. It's very interesting. On a scientific level, I saw that, and I need to look into this more as far as the brain chemistry part of it, that those who deal with depression also lose memories. And I understand with that as well. And as somebody who's ADHD, that's also another factor of it, is that my brain will, certain things, it will just not retain. And even if it seems somewhat important, it will not retain it. Like it just like, boop, eats it right out, right? But I didn't expect memories of mommy to be part of that. And so I decided to do something called Letters to Mommy. And because I'm going on this life-changing trip to China. I fly out tomorrow to LAX, and then Tuesday is when I actually fly to China, and I'm going for 3 weeks. And the whole idea is to visit different cities to see where I want to move, because I'm actually going to be moving to China to teach English. So it's all very exciting. I'm going to be doing it by myself. It's the first time I'm really doing something big by myself without my support system around me. Of course, if you stay grounded, I'll create a support system wherever I go. But it's a major change in my life right now. And for anybody who's lost a loved one, when you're making big changes in your life, that's really when you want to talk to them more. And I just thought, one, since I'm losing some memories of her, I want to do this where I take her with me. I'm sorry, this street is so noisy. I want to do it where I feel like I'm taking her with me. I am taking her spirit with me and sharing it to the public, to anybody else who is maybe grieving and losing memories and missing their mother. And maybe that will inspire other people to start writing letters to mommy, to their mother, and we can make it a whole movement. I don't know. But I think it will be amazing as I go on this trip. I'm actually going to take physical things of hers and take them with me, and then I'll wear them every day. Like I'm taking her with me, and I'm posting it on YouTube and Instagram. TikTok is glitchy on an Android when you're in China. On the Apple, on the iPhone, it works, the app works, but on Android, if you have an eSIM, it only works on the website. So I'm just going to be Instagram and YouTube for me, honestly. So if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, please do so now. The first video for Letters to Mommy, I'm going to record it tonight and post it tonight. Tonight is Sunday, Mother's Day, so I felt it was appropriate to start that letter to her. But yeah, Letters to Mommy, and I'm going to be writing to her every day, and I'm going to be doing different activities and taking her with me, because she would have loved to travel. She loved travel anyway. She loved adventure. She was so adventurous and just made choices for her life. And and she loved me and my sister so much. Her love for us was all encompassing. which is probably why my grief is all encompassing. and so and so I want to take her with me on this journey. And my everything, when I move there, all the things that happen to me, it's going to be letters to mommy probably until the day I die and we're reunited again. But I liked the idea of posting it on the internet because I have this idea. And funny enough, when I was in a meditation, Spirit kind of came through and said it, but that people who are more spiritually in tune, they're able to get more messages from Spirit, if that includes deities, entities, ancestors, whatever, because they're riding the energy waves of technology, whether that's AI, like technology has raised the vibration and the energy of the entire earth. So it's easier for spirits who are their own form of energy to ride the waves of that. And I thought, oh, what a beautiful thought. If part of mommy's soul rode the energy waves of that, like she felt my love and heard my message and rode the energy wave of that, and it was easier for her to drop in, I guess, on all my adventures and all the things that I'll be doing, and like she'll be with me even more and I'll feel her more. There are sometimes I do feel her. I do still feel her, but not as much, and that makes me sad, even though I know she's probably reincarnated. She's back to spirit, back to source, and reincarnated or something, but her soul was massive. So I thought to myself, if each of our souls, if each of our souls, if our soul is existing in different dimensions and different realities and different lives, then there's a reality where she's still alive. Sorry. There's a reality where her soul is still thriving and she never got dementia and she never died from COVID. And I just thought, if her soul, any remnant of it, is still out there, then maybe that energy can ride the waves of technology. And if that sounds crazy to you, that's fine. If you're not super spiritual and into the idea of energy and frequency, I totally get that. Even though it's not even really spiritual anymore, energy and frequency is like scientific. But if you don't believe in that, then that's fine. But for me, I thought, oh, what if a part of her soul, in a different reality, in a different time, a part of it feels me and feels the energy of these letters to mommy and rides the waves to be with me and experience it with me. I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do letters to mommy anyway. And so I invite you to join me on this journey. As I said, the first video is gonna be posted to YouTube tonight. And I'd love for you to join my journey. And I can tell you more about mommy, and I can show you pictures of her when she was younger, and she was so full of life. Anyways, so I want to give whatever piece of her soul is still out there in the ether this adventure, this next chapter of my life, which I believe is going to be a grand chapter, because just the idea of moving to China to teach English is its own adventure. What a vibe. Like, I can't even believe that came out of my mouth. Like, Janae, you're gonna be moving to China teaching English. What? Who am I at 44? But it's gonna be a magnificent chapter in my life, and so it'll be lovely to take whatever part of her soul is still out there, to take it with me. So Anyways, thank you for staying through this video where I cried for half of it. And as I said, if you feel called to do so and you want to follow along with my letters to mommy, you can follow me on YouTube here, and you can also follow me on Instagram as well, because those are the two that I'm going to be posting to the most. Okay, if you still have your parents in your life and they're actually loving to you and you love them, I suggest you hug them real hard. Oh, and take video. I said it before in past videos, but one of the first things you will start to forget is the sound of their voice, and that is so sad. It's just one of those things that as time passes, and not everybody, I'm sure, I'm not going to speak for everybody because not everybody is a monolith, but I found that for myself. So take lots of video, hug them tight and tell them that you love them. I don't care if you've never said I love you in your life. You need to say I love you to them. Even if that's not like in your culture or whatever, they don't have to say it back, but it's important that you let them know and tell them that you're so thankful for loving you, and shaping you into who you are. If they're good parents, I preface that by saying, if they're good, loving parents, then yes, please tell them that you love them. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. Hello, ADHD. I'm gonna go now. I have so much packing and stuff to do before I leave tomorrow. So anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you later on my journey of letters to mommy and my journey and trip to China, which is wild to say. It still feels weird to say that I'm going to China. Anyways, whatever. What an amazing chapter of my life ahead. All right, I love you guys. Bye.
Letters to my mommy. I take you with me every day on the journey of my life.